Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Jamin. Today, we're talking about one of the biggest college decisions you gotta make. Should you live on or off campus? I've experienced both, and let me tell you, each has its perks and headaches. If you're stuck trying to decide, don't worry. I'm gonna break down the real pros and cons of both, and by the end, you'll know which one makes best sense for you. Pros of living on campus is the convenience. You're steps away from class, dining halls, the gym, events, everything. The 8 a.m. class, you can wake up at 7:50 and still make it for the most of the time. You also have that built-in community in those dorms. You meet people fast. Dorms forces interactions, whether that's good or bad. Up to you. Also, you have all-inclusive bills like Wi-Fi, laundry, electricity. It's all in one piece. No adulting required. It's super easy. And it's real cool. You also have meal plans. You don't have to cook. Dining halls got you, even if you get tired of the food sometimes. Now, there are some cons to living on campus, too. You have shared everything. You have roommates, shared bathrooms, shared laundry machines. It's communal life 24/7. Hope you like noise. Also, there's rules and curfews. Some dorms have RA check-ins, guest restrictions, or noise rules. You're grown, but not that grown, so you still have like a lot of rules and stuff like that. And it's also pricey for what you get. Let's be honest. Sometimes you're paying a lot to live in a small box with a bunk bed. You end up paying more for that on-campus living than off-campus living a lot of times. Now, cutting to off-campus pros and cons. You have way more space, more privacy. You get your own room, you get your own kitchen, your own vibe. Now, a lot of times in these college apartments, you do get your own room, but you do have to share, the living space. You could go get your own one-bedroom apartment, and it's amazing, but a lot of times you need to get that four-bedroom apartment for it to be a cheaper price, because if you got four people paying for that one apartment, usually the rent prices are a little cheaper. I've seen rent in four-bedroom apartments be as cheap as $300 to $600 per room, with the average, I think, being at like $500-600 a room, and it's been skyrocketing. I went to Illinois State University. Used to be able to get a room for $300. You could get something luxury for $600. Now you got to pay like $400 or $500, and if you want luxury, it's almost near a band. I paid almost $1,000 a month in rent in college, but that's luxury living with a hot tub, my own restroom, a huge bedroom, a pool table. You have an upstairs living room, a basement, two kitchens. So like, we lived luxury, paying $1,000 per room. So you can live luxury in college too. It was called the Lodge, if you guys are interested. The Lodge at Illinois State University. You also have freedom. You don't have RAs, no signing guests in. Want to stay out late, nobody cares, so it's honestly great having that freedom. It could be cheaper too. If you split rent and budget right, apartments can save you a lot of money, because those dorms have a lot of extra added costs that you're paying for. Also, the cons for living off campus is you also have more responsibility. You're paying rent, setting up Wi-Fi, taking out the trash. Grown life starts early, so really I think like you become grown once you get your own apartment. Once you live off campus, that's when a lot of these responsibilities and headaches start hitting you. Commuting, no more rolling out your bed and walking to class. If you're far from campus, that travel time adds up, so you want to make sure if you are going to live off campus housing, that it's close. I lived in an apartment that was closer than some of the dorms. Tri-Towers is farther than the Lodge. The Lodge, I could be able to walk 10 minutes and I'd be to class. So, being able to find something that's also close, but usually a lot of times the farther it is away from campus, the cheaper it can be sometimes. Also, with living off campus, you can feel disconnected because you're missing out on random events, the bonding opportunities that you get in the dorm, and late night campus life sometimes because you're not connected in with everything. So if we're going to really determine which one's better, there's really no right answer. It just depends on your priorities. You need to ask yourself, do I want community or privacy? Can I manage adult responsibilities right now? What's more important, convenience or independence? And then ask yourself about your financial situation to really figure out what you could truly do. My advice, if you're a freshman, try on campus first. It's the easiest way to meet people and adjust. Then sophomore year and up, off campus gives you more control and peace. Personally, I lived on in the dorms from my freshman Sophomore year, I think if you're connected in well enough socially by sophomore year, living off campus actually benefits you more, because a lot of times, they're ready to get out those dorms. But at the end of the day, man, like, the dorms is the greatest experience you'll ever get in your life. You'll be able to meet so many people and have so many friends and forced social opportunities that you just don't get off campus. And it becomes a little more awkward once you're off campus and things like that. So I definitely think that everybody should have 1 to 2 years of on campus in the dorm experiences to fully have that full college experience. At the end of the day, college is what you make of it. No matter where you live, just be intentional about your environment, your goals, and your budget. Drop a comment below. Are you team dorm or team apartment? Let's talk about it. And if you found this helpful, like this video, share it with somebody making the same decision, and hit that subscribe button for more weekly college tips. We post college tips every week on Sunday at, I think, like 11-12 p.m., something like that. So check in every Sunday, and we're gonna have some more videos for y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm Jamin, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.